Going on, everyone? So the Lakers are going to get their first look at Spencer Dinwiddie, and I'm excited. I'm sure many of you are excited as well. And this is a guy that I do believe can make an impact. What type of impact will be yet to be seen. Depends on which version we get. If we get Brooklyn Nets Spencer Dinwiddie, then that might be a little rough. If we get Dallas Mavericks version of Spencer Dinwiddie, the Lakers might be in really good shape. I mean, that was an excellent player, gave you 17, 6. This is a guy that's 6'5", 6'6", can defend and play multiple positions. Defensively, he has been rough this year, but he's had some very good years defensively. And so the real question is, can he buy in on that side of the basketball? Can he be that point of attack defensive guard, provide some athleticism that we've been desperately needing for some time now? And if he can, then the Lakers are going to be in great shape with him. Whether he's starting, whether he's coming off the bench, whatever ends up happening with him, I do believe if we get the right version of Spencer Dinwiddie, we got a real basketball player on our hands that could really help make this push going into trying to turn the season around and get into the postseason and potentially winning a playoff series or championship. I still believe you get us into the playoffs, get us into the postseason, I'll take my chances. There's no team in the league that I look at and go, yeah, Lakers have no shot against them. I believe the Lakers could beat any team. Denver is kind of the only team that I look at and go, that would be tough. But look, I'll take my chances, push comes to shove. But Spencer Dinwiddie, right? What does he look like in his debut, right? I want to calm some expectations. I don't want people going into this expecting him to go give us, 20, 10, and 10, right? I would love it. I'd love if he had some monster game, first game in a Lakers jersey. That would be great. But realistically, he's coming in. He's more likely than not coming off the bench, right? He's got to figure out his role. Luckily, the Lakers have had a couple days to kind of get him at least brought up to speed a little bit for this matchup, and it's against Detroit, so there is a possibility that he just looks great against Detroit because it's the Detroit Pistons. But again, what will we see the first game? More likely than not, even if he does play heavy minutes, I also question how many minutes will he play. Luckily, because half the roster is out, right? You got Cam Reddish, you got Jared Vanderbilt, you got Gabe Vincent, you got Max Christie. I do expect him to get a pretty significant amount of minutes this game, especially if he's good. I could see him really getting some minutes, maybe even over Skylar Mays and stuff. I could see them really leaning kind of heavy into Spencer Dinwiddie, kind of throwing him into the fire because he is a basketball player. He's played for many years. He's a veteran. He's played all season this season. So I think he's a guy that can come in and just be like, hey, just play your game. Go out there, do what you do best. Score the basketball, make some plays for others, right? Get locked down on the defense side of things. And I do think him being in a Laker jersey, right? Him being where he's always wanted to be, I think there will be this level of excitement. I'm sure there'll be some level of nerves, even though he's a veteran. He's playing in a Lakers jersey. He's dreamt about this as a kid, so I'm sure he's kind of hyped and excited. So there may be a little bit of a down period where he's trying to do a little too much. But I also think more likely than not, he's going to kind of scale back a little bit. You see it a lot. Even stars, look at Kevin Durant when he went to the Suns last year, right? Took him a couple games to really get and become Kevin Durant again. Because guys, they don't want to come in and step on toes. They're kind of trying to feel stuff out, trying to get in a rhythm with their new team, trying to adjust, right? Spencer Dinwiddie is going to be playing alongside Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell, maybe even all three at the same time. Darvin Ham has talked about that and the potential of getting a look at that three-guard lineup. I could absolutely see that. And to be honest, I wouldn't be super shocked if he did start him. Maybe not this game, but maybe next game. I do think he'll stick with the Rui starting lineup. But I wouldn't be surprised if Spencer Dinwiddie has a great game today. He kind of just rewards him by putting him in the starting unit. Or if that three-guard unit looks really good, right? Does he do that against the Utah Jazz and see what that looks like? Although, is Lauri Markkanen playing the three that game? Then probably not, right? You probably want Rui on him. I don't know. We'll see. But my point is that Spencer Dinwiddie is also going to be playing behind and alongside D'Lo and Austin Reeves. So what kind of role does he get? How much opportunity? How many shot attempts? There's a lot that goes into his performance and production, right? If he's kind of an afterthought because he's, the new guy coming in, and guys aren't really looking for him as heavy. Although I actually think D'Lo will look for Spencer Dinwiddie quite often just because they have familiarity, right? They've played together. And D'Lo's kind of gotten to play the point guard a lot more in recent months than previous. So I could see D'Lo really trying to get Spencer Dinwiddie comfortable, get him kind of in his ear, like, let's go. And I hope that everybody's doing that, right? I hope he's coming in and Austin Reeves is like, hey, man, like, go get it, right? D'Lo, D'Lo's a hype man. D'Lo is the guy that's in your corner. Like, he's the guy that you want, like, in the background screaming, like, yeah, he's him, right? Like, so I definitely think D'Lo's probably hyping up Spencer Dinwiddie more than anybody. And even Austin Reeves has talked about how D'Lo is that guy. D'Lo is the guy that's in your ear like, nah, man, you great, right? So, again, I to me, it's the role and the aggressiveness, right? Does LeBron James and Anthony Davis tell him, along with Darvin Ham, but more so LeBron and AD, right? Because Darvin Ham's the head coach, but LeBron and AD are the guys, right? If he came in and LeBron and AD were like, go be Din, right? Go get your buckets, be aggressive, be physical, play both sides of the basketball, go be the guy that we know you can be, and kind of like instills that aggression in him, then I could see him having a solid game. Again, I'm not saying he's going to go for 30. Don't get me wrong, it'd be nice. But I could see him maybe having like a 17 to 20 point game. And he's looking for his shot. He's getting to the basket. He's getting fouled and he's hitting threes. And like, I could see him, if he's being aggressive and he's kind of got the green light to do so, I could see him maybe just going, all right, let's get it. But I mean, even Spencer Dinwiddie himself said, I'm coming in here to be another piece in this cog, right? He's not coming in looking to be the guy or be a guy that scores 30 a game or anything like that. He's looking to just come in and play whatever role is asked of him, which I love, right? You don't want that. You want a guy that's going to come in and buy into whatever it is that is needed, right? If hey, you need me to play defense? Let's get it. I'll be the best defensive player I can be. Need me to make plays? Let's get it. I'll be the best playmaker I can be. Right? Like, you need me to hit the open shot? I'll be the best shooter I could be, right? You need those guys. You need somebody like a Spencer Dinwiddie coming in where you know what he can do. You know at any night on any game, he could just go off and give you 20 to 30, right? But is that what the Lakers need? Not necessarily. They need some, I would rather see Spencer Dinwiddie average 12 or 13 points, but is like just completely bought in on the defensive side of things and is that defensive guard we've been needing for some time. I would much rather that. I would be okay, at least score double digits, right? But if you told me Spencer Dinwiddie was giving us 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists on good efficiency, but was just like fully bought in on the defensive side, and was by far our best defensive guard, I am totally okay with that. Because we need that defense. We need that point of attack guard. We need his size and his capabilities more. We know he can score. He's going to have those games where he probably goes off and gives you 20. That's great. Or he has the game where he has the hot hand and LeBron and D'Lo and everyone are just feeding him. Right? We know that. But I'm talking about game in and game out. What does that look like? Right? If he's a guy that is just giving us 10 to 13 points and is just locked in on the defensive side, I would much rather that than a guy that's just been terrible. Basically another Austin Reeves or D'Lo, where it's just like he's not very good defensively. Yeah, he can go give you 15 to 20 on any given night, which is great, but you know, who's playing defense? Right? I'd rather him kind of be that balance where, you know, he's focused more on the defensive side. Maybe it takes away from his offense, but hey, at least we found that position need. As far as what I expect tonight, I think he'll at least get into double digits. I think he'll at least be, I'm going to say 14, say 14, 4, and 5. I'm going to say 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists, which I think is modest, right? I don't think he's going to have a bad game, but I don't think he's going to have this like super great, spectacular game. I think he'll be somewhere in the middle, right? I think he'll be around his average, but with better efficiency, right? Again, I would love if he just went off for 20, 25 in his debut, but I think realistically, I think he'll kind of try to get others involved more than take his own shot. I think, he may be a little cooled early on, but I think he'll get right, make some plays, hit some shots. Like I think 14 points. I was gonna say 13, but I think 14. 14 is a nice round number, right? I say 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. 14, 4, and 4. That's what I think Spencer Dinwiddie will be. And look, he adds another guy, which is great, right? Because that's been a real problem. You know what you're going to get from LeBron James and Anthony Davis game in and game out. D'Angelo Russell, the last like month and a half, 2 months, you kind of know what he's averaging 28 a game, right? He's been clearly the third guy. Austin Reeves has kind of been hot and cold, right? Austin Reeves will have a great game where he goes and gives you 27. And he'll follow that up with a game or two where he's like giving you 9, right? So it's just nice to have a guy in Spencer Dinwiddie that when Austin Reeves doesn't have it, well, you got Spencer Dinwiddie who can kind of offset that. And maybe Spencer Dinwiddie that night could be the fourth guy and go give you 15 or 20, right? Let's say D'Lo doesn't have it and Reeves does, which happens a lot, right? They kind of flip-flop sometimes. Well, now you got Spencer Dinwiddie, right? Spencer Dinwiddie kind of offset that. Some nights as I mentioned, maybe Spencer Dinwiddie's got it going, right? And Spencer Dinwiddie's the third guy that night. And D'Lo and Reeves are chipping in collectively. And it just gives you the offset, right? So let's say D'Lo only gives you 17, right, one night. And Reeves gives you 9. Well, Spencer Dinwiddie come in and maybe give you another 9 or 12 or whatever, even if let's say all 3 are having a bad night, right? It just gives you that other guy that, like, even on a bad night, at least he's going to give you, close to double digits, right? So, which you didn't have earlier. Just gives you that other guy that can make plays, get rebounds, defend, hit shots, do multiple things. So, I'm high on Spencer Dinwiddie. Again, I'm not saying he's the guy that all of a sudden Lakers are the best team in the league. All of a sudden Lakers have turned the tide. I'm not saying anything like that. But I do believe he's a guy that can make a real impact on this Lakers team. But we'll see. Time will tell. Anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you think Spencer Dinwiddie is going to have a great game? Do you think he won't? Give me some stats down on the bottom. What do you think? What do you make? I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.